infrasound range below about 20 Hz, which is undetectable to human hearing. Although most musical instruments aren't designed to play outside our normal auditory range for obvious reasons, some can produce infrasonic notes. One of these is the octobass, a gigantic version of the double bass. The first octobass, built in Paris around 1750 and now on display in the Musée de la Musique, has 3 strings and stands 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet tall. A system of levers and pedals connected to metal clamps on the neck enables the player to fret the required notes while bowing in the conventional way. Only 4 functioning octobasses exist in the world today, and only one, owned by the Montreal Symphony Orchestra, is ever used in performances. The lowest open string on the Montreal instrument sounds the note A0, with a frequency of 27.5 Hz, but an octobass at the Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix, Arizona, fitted with modern wire-wound strings, is tuned to produce a lowest note of C0, 16.4 Hz, in the infrasound range. Large pipe organs can go down to C-1 or 8 Hz, which may seem pointless. However, just because we can't hear something that low doesn't mean we can't be affected by it. In 2002, a live experiment called Soundless Music was carried out to explore the psychological effects of infrasound. Under the guise of a concert featuring a variety of electronic and deep bass sounds, an infrasound generator was incorporated into the mix. Afterwards, people in the audience were asked to describe what they experienced. Many reported feelings of anxiety and foreboding, along with cold and tingling sensations. In the setting of a church or cathedral, it isn't hard to see how the lowest notes from an organ could evoke a similar emotional response that might be taken to be the effect of a supernatural or spiritual presence. French scientist Vladimir Gavreau became a pioneer of infrasonic research following his unexpected encounter with ultra-low sounds in 1957. He and his team of acoustical engineers were working in a large concrete building when the group began experiencing bouts of nausea, at first assumed to be due to chemical fumes or some pathogen in the air. Weeks of investigation revealed the true source of the problem: a loosely mounted low-speed motor. The team built special equipment to detect the vibrations from the motor and eventually tracked the cause of their nausea down to infrasound waves with a frequency of 7 Hz. These waves from the motor induced a resonance in the ductwork and structure of the building, which amplified the original sound and led to its unpleasant physiological effects. The discovery triggered a wave of research into building acoustics in the ultra-low frequency regime. Today, it's routine in new architectural schemes to test for and eliminate any infrasonic resonances, and use soundproofing where needed, along with materials with special sonic properties. Although the normal limits of human hearing are roughly 20 to 20,000 Hz, depending a lot on the individual and their age, some animals can hear much lower and higher sounds than we can. With their giant ears and bodies, it comes as no shock to learn that elephants are among the heavyweights of the low-frequency domain, able both to detect and produce sounds to 16 or even 12 Hz. Because ultrasound can travel far without much attenuation, elephants can use it to communicate over long distances. This may explain how groups of elephants, several kilometers apart, are able to travel along parallel paths, change direction simultaneously, and move towards each other in order to meet. Baleen whales, such as the blue whale, take infrasound communication to an extreme. Their low-pitch vocalizations can be detected over areas as large as an ocean basin. Less obviously, ferrets, goldfish, and some types of bird can sense infrasound. Experiments with homing pigeons have shown that they can respond to frequencies as low as 0.05 Hz, it seems.